Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Giant Monster Podcast. We've actually finally started to get the ball rolling.
So this is part 2 of overrated shit, as you're calling it.
Yeah, it's why are things overrated. And this section's anime. And please leave a comment if you think I sound miles away. We will fix that.
Yeah. So what anime first comes to mind?
I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, and you want to talk about it, so don't pretend you don't want to.
I do want to talk about it because it kind of drives me nuts in a way. It's Attack on Titan, which is
Shingeki no Goijin.
Yeah, you call it by its English title. I ain't pronouncing the Japanese. So either way, like when it first came out, right, and that first episode aired, and I watched this and I was like, wow, this is really good. I hope this gets really, really awesome as it goes down.
Take into account, I watched it once it was already all practically out.
But I'll admit,
in sub, sorry, I didn't watch it in dub.
Yeah, I'll admit, while the first episode is awesome, after that I just kind of lose interest, and it's like, it's a shame because this is a really good premise. And it's a really dark, like, intense show. But it's just one of those shows where the drama does not match, like...
Do you know what spoiled it for me?
What's that?
And this is spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Well, you're an idiot for not watching it because it's like everyone watches it.
Who hasn't? Anyone on the
People
planet?
who might not be into anime, I don't know. Then why are you watching this video? Go away. Get out now. But leave a like before you leave, please. Where it goes downhill is when he turns into the Titan. I think that was a terrible idea. They made out like, oh my god, he's going to be this genius, like, 3D maneuver gear user, and like, he's going to be the best, he's going to be one day the greatest. No, fuck it, he's a Titan.
Yeah, and it subjects itself to a lot of the anime cliches of, like, when they find out he is a Titan, it takes them forever to finally, like, accept the fact that he isn't one of them.
I'm going to use a weird comparison. Imagine if Batman joined the Justice League, and for ages they showed you him training to beat them all, and then in the end he just turns into a fucking Kryptonian.
And that's how he beats him.
Yeah, it'd just be like...
What? I know it's kind of like a fight fire with fire thing, but it's like...
It's not interesting.
But it's like they do some really... Like, as soon as he, like, wants to use it for good, it fucks up and he tries to attack people. And it takes a whole other episode for him to actually lift that fucking boulder.
Yeah, and people take a crap on Dragon Ball Z, but at least it's reasonable why those fights took forever.
And I know why it is because the guy who's writing the manga just won't hurry up, like, and he'll...
But yeah, you do have to understand mangakas, they'll do it on their own and they'll all have a small team, but they have to get so much pumped out. That's the beauty of, like, hand-done work. I say the beauty of it. Have you seen the Attack on Titan manga?
Oh, yeah.
It is god-awful. It's so ugly. It's so unappealing.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, it's not just the style, because I'll admit the anime did get a really nice look towards it.
Yeah, oh god, it's beautiful. It is.
It's just like the designs of the Titans always throw me off. Like, some of them look scary, some of them like look. I get what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't work. If you know what I mean.
Just look like giant babies.
Yeah. And it's like, it's fine, but it's just, like, I'm supposed to be scared by these things and I just find them more adorable.
They're so goofy.
And it's like all the other characters just are so afraid of these things. I'm like, oh, I'm going to die. And it's like, really?
And do you know what, as well? I would be more attached to the characters if they didn't show us them for like half an episode and then kill them straight away. Like, one thing we discussed, spoilers, the death of Petra. We discussed this before, didn't we?
Who's Petra?
The one that's Levi's, like, implied sort of, like, relationship that everyone ships him,
is she like
with, if
one of the
Eren.
members of the teams that get killed by...
Yeah, she gets smooshed into the tree.
Yeah,
I did feel sad there because there was some established character development, but I wasn't like, oh my god. I was just like, oh my god, that's horrible.
That chain of episodes annoyed me to no end when I first watched it, because, like, okay, we spent like 2 episodes just watching the female Titan run towards an infinitely long distant
which
away.
has the awkward boob like thing. I find that so awkward. The thing, like, she's the only one with boobs.
Well, it's like,
it's just weird. It's wrong.
It's like, it's so easy for me to guess who it was. It's like, there's only one person who looks like that, and it's a female that we've seen.
They're all so easy to guess. Like, it's like they already told you.
But either way, like, I don't really want to just talk about Attack on Titan. I think the series is good.
Can I move on to Sword Art Online?
Sword Art Online.
I'll throw my hands up and say I haven't actually properly watched the show.
Okay.
But I've seen enough clips and I've listened to people watching it, and then I've watched bits of it. It's a pile of crap. I hate it.
How many episodes did you get into it?
No, I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch it. It's so visually unappealing.
How can you call it overrated then? You need to at least watch it. I'd say you can...
Because it doesn't look like a video game, and that's what upsets me. You know I hate Scott Pilgrim. They're another overrated thing that I think.
But you didn't watch that all the way through anyway.
Because it bored me to tears.
But with Sword Art Online, like, it was set in a world where, like, it was meant to look as real as it did, so... But, like, when you get into it, what I appreciate about Sword Art Online, I'm not going to say it's the most amazing anime ever, but it's just, it doesn't bullshit me. It's like, whenever I watch these animes, it's like, oh, this is the romance we're going to set up that's never going to go anywhere, and it might go somewhere in the last episode,
The
but
Ross
maybe
and
not.
Rachel relationships.
Yeah, but at least...
I do admit, I hate that stuff.
At least, it goes somewhere. They actually do fall in love, and it's like, they have a kid, which doesn't really make much sense, but it's like with a program, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I do always appreciate it if like they imply the characters are going to be together and actually throw them together. For instance, Avatar, the first one.
But I'll admit,
not Korra, because I'm not going to accept that lesbian relationship. I'm not homophobic. I throw my hands up right now and say I'm not homophobic, but there was no character development in that show whatsoever to prove that those two were a couple. And I'm going to segue onto this because I think Legend of Korra was super overrated.
we can talk about that on TV shows, because that's technically not an anime.
Yeah, I know. We'll move on to that, but we will talk about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page with you with Korra, but either way, talking about Sword Art Online again, because obviously I'm defending it here a bit, but it's like, I'll admit the first season is the only one that I would call great, but the seasons after that get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, I saw like pictures of like each individual series, and it's just like, okay, you should probably stop now. This would be a good time to stop.
Yeah.
Stop making series.
But either way, I'm not a huge fan of it, but in terms of other anime that we find overrated, I mean, okay, I'm going to throw out one that I don't like that you're going to rag on me for.
Come on, lay it on me.
Dragon Ball Z.
I already mentioned it, but the thing is, I can understand why people don't like Dragon Ball Z. I get it. I think it is kind of cack at times, but I love it still because I accept its flaws.
I used to watch it religiously as a kid, like, and it's one of the things like Transformers where it's so cheesy that it's just kind of charming.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's got a charm because it is just a bunch of guys punching each other and posturing over like their masculinity.
But the problem with it is,
and because I relate to Vegeta because I have the short man complex.
But the problem with Z is, which is why I prefer Dragon Ball and GT.
Well, Kai is really good.
Yeah.
Have you seen Kai?
Yeah, I've watched Kai.
If anyone's new to the Dragon Ball franchise, don't watch Dragon Ball unless you really want to, because it's not really worth the time. But don't watch the original Z, watch Kai.
Yeah, because it cuts out all the shit.
Anyone who tells you, oh, it ruins the original franchise, no, it's the closest thing to the manga.
And it gives the actors who play like much better voices, and it gives them more like what you're familiar with when you're a kid. Like, it gives Cell a voice that actually...
Oh god, yeah. I love his noise when he like goes away and he goes...
Yeah. But with Z in its original like Funimation Ocean dub version, the one problem with it is the reason why like I can't love it. It's just because the pace is one of the worst. It's like
we can give like it reasons and say, oh, it's because the anime needed to catch up to the manga. It's because they needed to fill time because it's what the producers wanted.
But I wouldn't mind that if there was at least payoff to the pace. Like, well, the fight scenes are all really lame. It's just we're gonna charge up this blast or like hold it down. Or just talk for so long.
Don't get me wrong. I 100% get it.
Yeah.
That's why the most recent movies, although I haven't watched Revival of F yet, no spoilers please, I will murder you. The previous one, Battle of the Gods, it was really good because everything was paced out perfectly. Yeah. The filler parts felt good. The fight scenes were really pretty, and like it wasn't just like lines smacking each other.
Yeah, so I mean that's just me. I'm not. I used to watch it. I love it as a kid. I used to watch it all the time, and it used to drive my parents nuts. But watching it now, it just makes my head hurt. And it's not like I can usually watch things that are cheesy and like fall in love with them. Like, because you know me, I'm a huge Transformers fan, and that is just cheese. If you've seen the original movie, you know how it is.
Yeah, but come on, Megatron turns into a goddamn gun. That makes no sense. It's so good.
But at least that had pace. This didn't, and it drove me nuts.
If you say it has pace.
So the last anime, I think, what can you think of another one that you really don't like?
Code Geass.
Really?
Yeah, another one I can't sit through. I just can't take it.
I don't think I've watched that in a while.
Visually, it's just horrifying.
That's like one of the ones that
manga and anime. That's
one of the first ones that where like the entire like it kind of started to become mainstream, like Naruto and Bleach. That was one of the later ones that started to come into it.
Well, you don't like Naruto. That's an overrated one.
I used to love Naruto, but now I watch it now and like. No.
The thing is, now it's ended, I'm more interested in it But I've seen every single character who dies, all the plot developments, all the twists and surprise, and now it's nothing. But Code Geass, I don't like the purples and the greens. I don't like how long people's ET necks are. I think Lelouch is the world's worst thing. He's literal herpes. Apologies to anyone who has herpes out there. You should probably see a doctor, but I apologise.
I remember liking it when I was younger, but
How long ago was it?
God, this was like one of the first ones. Like, this is one of the first ones that when it started to become mainstream. Like,
okay, like Death Note.
This is like
you'd probably say that's overrated as well.
I've never actually seen the entire anime just because most of the characters drive me nuts in Death Note anime.
Oh, we're not even gonna get into this now because I'll just shout at you.
What's the name of the girl in Death Note?
Misa or Misa. Or Misa Amani.
She's shit.
She kind of is.
I thought you actually liked her.
No, she's kind of actual shit. I mean, for an anime that is entirely just Batman, because the main character's Joker and the antagonist is Batman.
World's third greatest detective after Batman and Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, that we can agree on. That one we can shake on. In fact, high five.
Yeah, but either way, I haven't seen it in. Oh Christ. Like, when did it come out? 2006.
I don't know.
Was it 2006?
Why don't you rewatch it, and then when we do things that are underrated, you can defend it.
Okay, fair enough. So
although I wouldn't call it underrated, it's probably vastly overrated. Quickly before this video ends, Evangelion shit.
We'll have to discuss that another time.
Shit. That's it. That's all we're talking about. It's shit.
Fair enough.
So thank you again for listening. Correct myself from the last video. Thank you for listening. If you would like to check out our Facebook page, that will be here, and our Twitter page. And if you want, as I said earlier on, please like and subscribe. We're not begging for it, but we're only going to know if you want to hear more content if you leave us any feedback.
We need feedback to let us know if we're any good.
Please, if you want to tell us that we're terrible and that we need to get better, please tell us we're terrible. But just don't like, oh, you guys are gay.
Yeah, because that's just, what is that? It's just
yeah. Well, I could speak better internet than you. I can interpret, so it's fine.
I try and avoid the internet as much as I can.